What often feels like a crime, Dolph, is the amount of fees that we're paying for everything in life, but the fees associated with our retirement accounts. What are some of the facts that people may not be aware of?
At the end of the day, when I look at fees, for the most part, I look at it as the theme of the show today has been lost money. It's just money that you're paying, and a lot of people don't even know what they're getting for their fee. I mean, at least when you go to a restaurant and you tip the server, I mean, you could call that tip a fee, but you're giving a gratitude to the person taking care of you, and you should be taking care of the server because I know they're taking care of you. But however, what are you getting for that fee? Like if you go to a restaurant, you're paying that gratuity, that tip, or whatever you want to take for them, for you not having to do anything. But what are you getting for a fee when it comes to retirement? Are you just getting somebody who's like watching your portfolio and then say, hey, whenever you call me, we can make some changes or stuff? It's a lot of stuff that you can be doing on yourself. Are they monitoring your portfolio? I mean, are they offering you something? I mean, what we like to focus on is protection. If you're going to pay a fee, you should get protection for that fee. You should get long-term care insurance with that fee. You should get guaranteed lifetime income from that fee. But I was talking to a client of mine, Lynn, who lives up at the lake, and she was with this company, of course, can't name it on the air. She's been with them for multiple years, and she has a variable annuity and a brokerage account with them, and she just got divorced about 1.5 years ago, and she didn't realize the portfolio was doing well and then dropped, and she didn't understand it. And then when she met with her broker, she was like asking, what is this 1.1? What is this 2.2? What is this 0.75? And he was like, oh, those are, and he explained the fees to her. And she's like, I'm paying 3.85% in fees on my $1 million portfolio. And he's like, well, yeah, you have been for several years. And she goes, and my money's not protected. And she says, no. Of course, her head popped open per se. And it was like crazy. And it was like, oh, how can I get out of this where I can still get upside and take away the downside? So, of course, we showed her the Where Do I Stand plan. We showed her different options, and we went from there. Where I look at Gary and Darlene, who live up in Kannapolis, I mean, they were with one of these guys who on the TV, once again, I can't take your name, it's like he's Mr. Positive. He hates one thing, but he loves everything else he does. And he's with them for 8 years. And Gary's a very wealthy individual. So we started tacking up Gary's portfolio, and we started doing deep when we were doing the Where Do I Stand plan, Kristen. And this is astonishing. Over that 8-year time frame he was with this company, he had an average portfolio return of 5.7%. Not bad. Okay. And that was his gains, 5.7%. He was paying for it. But on the flip side, he realized in that 8-year time frame, he paid $124,000 and some change in fees over that 8 years.
Gosh.
That is a lot of coin.
That's a lot. That's a lot of different things he could be doing.
Right. He didn't realize how it just adds up and adds up. And he was getting nothing for it except for this guy pushing a button, trading this and moving it over there. So when we moved some of Gary's money over and we put him in one of our strategies, last year we just had his annual review without any fees, mind you, no bonuses, just strictly index gains. He went up 9.81% last year.
Okay. Some good numbers there. I like that.
That was his return, locked in his account, and it didn't cost him anything. We only outperformed by 4% of what his fee account was doing. We put something in his pocket. End of the day, it's what you keep that counts. So if you're getting a fee and you're getting charged a fee, ask this question to your brokerage or your financial advisor or whoever you're working with. What am I getting for this fee? How long am I going to have to pay this fee? And is there a way not to have to pay a fee? And what can you guarantee me with this fee? You deserve to know. You saved this money. You earned it. You worked all these hours of your life. You busted your what. And you're saving this money, and you're relying on this brokerage advisor to put you in the right stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and so forth. What else are you getting for that? What are you getting in return for that? You need to know because it's lost money, in my opinion. We don't have any lost money here at Clear Income Strategies Group.
It really sounds like you need to make sure you're getting the value for the fee that you're paying. So uncover that for yourself. Ask questions if you have an advisor right now about those fees, and make sure you know all the fees that are involved. You can also get insight by sitting down with Dolph and having him go through the numbers for you with a Where Do I Stand plan. I'll give you more details about that coming up. But truthfully, it all comes back to controlling what you can control and finding out how you personally are going to cross the bridge to retirement with the most success ahead of you in the future.